Kyle Renfrow with Physicians Choice Hospice, and we're here today for the 2019 Summer Bash. We're here to celebrate our employees and all the hard work they do. We have inflatables, we have a pool, we have great food, so let's go check it out.
So today we are here for our 6th annual Summer Bash. We get together once a year and just have a big extra-sized pool party to celebrate all of our employees and their families and the sacrifices that they make. It's company-wide, and so I love to see everybody get the opportunity to come together and relax outside of work and just enjoy each other's company.
Today we're celebrating all of our employees and their successes that they have for the passion of the hospice business. I have over 250 employees, and we have a huge celebration with all their families involved to celebrate what they do. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to serve the patients that we do in the way that we do, and to be there, and an honor to be there at the end of life. I truly love all the people I work with, and they are an extension of my family, and I want them to feel that way because they celebrate our mission.
Traffic signs have come a long way since their early days. Back then, signs did not move, bend, or break away, causing horrible consequences. That's why the Oklahoma Department of Transportation followed the Federal Highway Administration's requirement of the 1960s by installing a design that breaks away when a car hits it, reducing vehicle damage, but most importantly, it protects the driver from potential injury.
If a vehicle was to impact this, it is on a double post, a large sign. It is set, and usually with crash tests and things like that, if a vehicle came off in here and was to hit that post, the bottom would break away and the post would push out and either have the sign go over the top of the car or be pushed out so that it's not coming through the windshield.
If the driving public is able to get to it, it is a breakaway design, and this is where we have the square post. It's one of the types where the car just hits the post and bends it over.
Essentially, what we want is if there is a roadway departure, the vehicle can safely impact that object and not injure the driver or cause a situation for the driver to lose control.
Some features of a breakaway sign include the slip base. When a vehicle hits a sign with the slip base, the force of the vehicle pushes the sign off its foundation, allowing for the vehicle to pass under it before it hits the ground. The signs are designed to prevent further damage and potential injury to the driver by allowing the vehicle time to clear under the sign after contact. This design also helps ODOT maintenance workers because it takes less time to install and repair.
These, we do have to replace the post. Sometimes we have to replace the signs and everything. It just depends on how damaged they are, but we could reuse the sign. We normally can't reuse this post. We can reuse the base, but sometimes the base does get damaged and we do have to reuse that. But I would say it's a relatively inexpensive design.
The guys can simply either drive a new anchor and set the square tube into the post or into the anchor, and it makes for a fairly quick repair.
We want to make sure we keep the signs upright and straight, and part of that too is for nighttime reflectivity so that the light angle from the headlights is hitting it back and shining it back on it.
By following the FHWA's requirement, sign reflectivity and breakaway signs are just a small piece of how ODOT is keeping you on the road of safety.
When you are using a cell phone while you're driving or in the work zone, you are not paying attention to your surroundings and what's going on. It is taking your mind and your eyes off the road, which can be dangerous and even deadly.
Safety means that I go home at the end of the day. That way I can go back to my family. Because if there's anything I do and it's not right or wrong, that can cause the life of a friend or co-worker as well as myself. So safety is always important, no matter what it is you're doing.
It has been proven that seatbelts save lives, and it is our law around here and our policies to always have your seatbelt on. Anytime we hear about some of our fellow ODOT people getting killed or in accidents, it really hits home for us. I mean, this is our job and this is our kind of part-time home. We're here so many hours a week, and we really care about each other here at ODOT, and it's really sad to hear that somebody lost their life just because they didn't put their seatbelt on.
The first offense is that you have 5 days suspended without pay, and you lose your safety award for you and your crew. Second offense is 10 days suspended with no pay for a whole paycheck, period. And the third is being terminated. You no longer work for ODOT.
If you get a text message or a phone call while you're driving or working, just pull over to the shoulder and get out of the lane of traffic. That way you're not hurting yourself or anyone else.
I think the benefits are that the people will be more mindful of being safe, that they will actually do what's necessary so they can still get their safety awards and make sure that they're safe for themselves and others.
It sounds like the new policy is put there to hurt you in some way or punish you, but it's put there to save your life. There's so many people out there that are getting hurt by, these accidents, whether they're major or minor, and you could go home at the end of the day to your family if you just put your seatbelt on.
Thanks for paying attention in the work zone.
In keeping us safe by not speeding.
And by maintaining your distance from us and other cars.
So we can take care of the highways.
To keep you safe, day
or night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your life matters. Drive like it.
Thanks for paying attention in the work zone.
In keeping us safe by not speeding.
So we can take care of the highways.
To keep you safe, day
or night.
Thank you. Your life matters. Drive like it.
The Oklahoma Department of Transportation takes safety of its employees very seriously. In this video, we show you the safe and correct way to operate the jackhammer. Prior to operating the jackhammer, you must wear the proper PPE, which include eye protection, steel-toed boots are not required but are highly recommended, hearing protection, and respiratory protection. Only qualified and essential personnel should be in the immediate jackhammer work area. Inspect the jackhammer by checking the hoses for breaks, cracks, and worn or damaged couplings. Look for other damage or loose parts. Always use the proper air couplings for each tool. Ensure the rating of the hose is sufficient for the job intended, and secure the hose ends to prevent whipping if any accidental cut is made. Do not remove any safety guards from the jackhammer. Use anti-vibration handle covers or anti-vibration gloves when operating the jackhammer. Always use the proper point for the material you will be braking. To safely start a jackhammer, connect the air hose to the jackhammer. Start the air compressor and allow it to build up pressure. Once enough pressure has built up, place the jackhammer firmly in the area where the cut is going to occur. When you're in position and in a safe operational stance with your feet clear of the chisel point, place both hands firmly on the handles. On one handle will be the lever to engage the jackhammer. Press down on the handle to activate the jackhammer and release the handle to stop operation. When operating a jackhammer, make sure to keep a wide stance and bend your back slightly forward when you're operating it. Operators should brace themselves against a high level of torque exerted by the tool. Rotate workers whenever possible when you have to jackhammer for extended periods of time. Operate the tool at a slight angle by leaning it back towards you. This way you keep the tool from getting stuck in the material and the tool from operating out of control. If the tool gets out of control, stop and reposition. Always keep your feet clear of the chisel point. Do not position the tool point using your foot. This can cause injury. Always remember that tool points will be hot after prolonged operation. Wait for the bit to cool before removing it. Shut off the air supply and relieve pressure from the supply hose before changing tool points. Check for dust when you're operating a jackhammer. Use water suppression and/or respiratory equipment to eliminate exposure to respirable dust. Respirable dust contains silica particulates and can cause serious health problems from prolonged exposure if the proper safety precautions are not followed. When you lift the jackhammer, lift it with your legs. This will help avoid back injury or strain. If you are moving the jackhammer from place to place during operation, place your hand between the handle and the operating lever. If you're moving it a long distance, shut off the air supply and bleed off all air pressure so the jackhammer is not operational. Never attempt to disconnect a compressed air hose that is pressurized, and never drag the jackhammer by the air hose. At the end of operation, properly shut down all equipment. Always store the jackhammer equipment safely and as recommended by the manufacturer. If you have any questions, please contact the ODOT Safety Branch at 405-521-3025. They will be happy to assist you.